Hi everyone, Frank Starling here. I wanted to make a quick tutorial to share some information that I've accumulated over the past couple of years and my kind of tips and tricks that I've learned to acquire some pretty reasonable airfare to travel around the country. So I'm currently using Google Flights. This software package I've found to be incredibly powerful and very useful. So this is the URL, and I will have a link to this website in the description below the video. So be sure to check that out if you like it. So I thought the best use of our time to kind of show you how I go about acquiring these tickets is to walk you through a quick example. So this weekend I'm free and I want to hang out with my friends. And so I thought it would be cool to visit a new spot in the U.S. So I'm interested in traveling this weekend, and as of the date of this video, it's November 2nd, 2014. So I'm interested in looking at just a round-trip flight for one day, and I want to see where I can go, and I want to spend under $100 on my airfare. So I just opened up a map in the Explore window of Google Flights, and it allows me to see how much a round-trip ticket on Saturday, November 4th would cost me throughout the domestic United States. And I want to filter these trips for a price within my budget, which is within $100. And immediately I see one city pop out, and that's Chicago. So I'm going to click on that to find out a little bit more information about, excuse me, I think I clicked on the wrong city. So I'm just going to go delete it here from the where to, and I will click on Chicago this time to find out a little bit more information about this city and the flights that are being offered. So I see that there are two carriers that are providing non-stop flights for $75 round trip. So I'm going to click on American, the first one, and I see that they have a couple of different offerings for outbound flights. So I can go ahead and click here to find out a little bit more information on each one of those itineraries. So because I'm just spending a day there, I want to squeeze out as much time as possible. So I'm interested actually in that 6 a.m. flight out of Logan. So I'm going to go ahead and select that as my outbound flight. And I'm going to see the best bang for my buck for my round trip return flight. And it looks like, although it's a little bit more expensive, I'm going to go with the last flight offered out of Chicago, the 6:35 p.m. for $81. So I can select that here for my outbound flight, or excuse me, my return flight. And then right down here, Book with American, Google actually links you to the American Airlines website for you to book it there. So clicking on the link will redirect us to the American Airlines official website, and we can see some terms and conditions about the tickets that are being offered. The tickets are, unsurprisingly, the basic economy fare, which is the lowest fare offered by American Airlines. It basically states that it doesn't allow you to upgrade, select your seats prior to boarding, or have a full-size carry-on. So the only things allowed with basic economy are essentially a regular-sized backpack or purse. But for a one-day trip, that's fine with me. So if I wanted to take this trip, I would go ahead and accept the restrictions and book my flight. But for the sake of this tutorial, I kind of wanted to explore the software program a little bit more and maybe walk through another example. So if I didn't want to take this flight, I can go back to that Explorer map by clicking on Explore Destinations here in the window. And if I decided that I didn't want to go to Chicago, I could go up here to the destination site, click it, and press delete. And then once I press enter, it will repopulate the map with all the potential sites that I could go to for under $100. And really this weekend it looks like there aren't a lot of options. So if I wanted to increase my budget a little, I could do that here and see where else I could go. And it looks like Charlotte, Washington DC, and New York City are all available this weekend for a round-trip ticket on Saturday. However, that seems really expensive. So I'm going to change the dates that I'm interested in traveling now to go from Friday night into Sunday and see if any more reasonable prices pop up. And that doesn't seem the case this weekend. It looks like Chicago is actually much more expensive, and DC stays about the same price. So these are a couple of things that I play around with when I'm looking for cheap airfare. Uh, I just so happened to find that a round trip on Saturday had a really inexpensive ticket, um, and so I'm going to go ahead and acquire those tickets and hang out with some friends this weekend eating some deep dish pizza. But I wanted to play across a couple of other scenarios and ways that I try and tease out really cheap tickets on Google Flights. So one other thing that I like to do is once I have a destination in mind, let's say now for those that want to go abroad, I really want to go to um, Paris. Because I know the destination of interest, I can switch out of my Explorer map and click into flights. And what this allows me to do is track the prices of flights to my destination of interest over the course of a very long duration. So I can go ahead and type in Paris over here, and I will select all airports just so I can maximize the potential um, uh, airfare prices that I could acquire. And over here I can set my departure and return dates. And this is actually a really powerful tool that I've utilized a lot because when I'm selecting my departure and arrival dates, it auto-populates with the ticket prices and the potential that I could book them for without making a lot of selections. So I can see that if I were to leave on November 13th and arrive on November 18th, that round trip ticket would be $685 at the cheapest. So let's go ahead and select that. We do in fact find that cheapest airfare highlighted in green over here with Turkish Airlines. So if we wanted to book that, we could select it, and just as before, we picked our outbound flight, and now the best flight at the best price for our return flight is going to be highlighted in green as well. So we can click that if we wanted to book it, and go ahead, and here's a link again to the official airline website, Turkish Airlines, to book that flight. However, if we're flexible with our dates, and just because we're playing around, we can go and uh, see when would be the cheapest time of year to flight or the cheapest days to travel. And in Google Flights, we can actually toggle through and identify which days are cheapest to travel to our destination of interest. So it makes it very easy to identify because they're highlighted in green. So it looks like on Friday, December 1st would be a great day to travel. And coming back midweek would allow us to save just about half, cut our airline ticket in half if we were to return then. So let's select that, and we see that there is a WOW Airlines flight that we could book for only $370. So again, we can choose our outbound flight, and we don't have a lot of options here, but we can also choose our return flight, and then we have a link to the WOW website right here, where we could go to the official website and book it. Now, one other thing that I wanted to point out was that these prices are updated in Google Flights in real time, meaning that as the airline changes the prices on their website, there is approximately a 1 to 2 minute lag on Google Flights in which these prices are updated. So if you check these prices throughout the day, you'll find that they fluctuate a little bit. I've had the most luck finding the cheapest plane tickets on Tuesday afternoons at around 3 o'clock. And from what I've read in the research that I've done, this is the cheapest time to buy airline tickets in general. So just to show you one other major functionality of Google Flights that I use to acquire cheap tickets, let's pick another destination, and we can use an example. So I have been meaning to go to Rome at some point this summer, and it looks like Over the winter, it's actually a $593 flight. But that's really not the time of year that I'm interested in. So I can scroll ahead to the summer of May 2018, and I can see that the price is increasing slightly. So if I'm interested in a certain week that I've selected to go on vacation, let's just say May 11th through May 21st. If I select this itinerary up here, it will show us the best flights to Rome. And then, because there's such a long time between the time that this video is being recorded, which is November 2nd, 2017, and May, we have approximately 6 months to play around and look for airline tickets. So I'm in no rush. What I can do here is I can actually turn on tracking. And what this will do is each day Google will record and track the prices of all tickets, airline tickets, from Boston to Rome for Friday, May 11th and Monday, May 21st. And what that will allow me to do is see how these prices are changing and fluctuating. So to show you a quick example of this, I'll show you some of the previously tracked flights that I've been looking at. We can see that I've been tracking some Boston to Buffalo flights here, and we can see that 29 days ago the prices were stable, increased for a little bit, then dropped down again. And as of today, they've dropped down pretty significantly at about $147. So that might be a good point in time to go ahead and purchase the tickets. Ultimately, I decided not to purchase these tickets simply because I didn't really want to go to that destination too badly, and I think I can acquire a cheaper price. But having some data to support that that purchase decision, I believe is helpful in trying to travel on a budget. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate all your support on these videos, and I'm glad to be given the opportunity to share some of the information that I've acquired over the past couple of years trying to travel and stretch my budget as far as possible. If you liked this video and found it helpful, please like and subscribe. And if you have friends that are interested in traveling as well and think that they would appreciate this, please share the video. Thanks for watching. This is Frank Starling. Take care and have a good day.